So, ever since I decided to create from my soul and my passions and my spirit as opposed to creating for the algorithm, I have been so elated and so excited. Like, I literally wake up from my sleep thinking about what I want to talk about, thinking about what I want to create, thinking about what stories I'm going to write, what stories I'm going to tell. I have so much excitement these days. And because of that, I want to implore you all to follow the excitement. Like, truly follow the excitement. Because most people, they do not hate their lives, they're just deeply disconnected from what excites them. They wake up, they do the things that make sense, what looks responsible, and what keeps them comfortable, but they slowly lose a part of them that feels alive. And that's because they stopped following the excitement. And sometimes people think that following excitement is childish. But what if excitement isn't childish? What if it's just an instrument? Excitement is not just an emotion, it's about alignment. Because excitement tells your nervous system that you're saying yes. It's your intuition lighting up. It's your soul recognizing a path where you expand instead of shrink. And I'm going to explain to you the difference between impulse and excitement. Excitement energizes you, it makes you expansive, it makes you feel meaningful. But impulse, doing something off of an impulse, is just like a quick dopamine hit, and that is often draining. So, true excitement does not have to leave you empty after. It's supposed to leave you feeling more of yourself. Okay? Now, most people don't follow their excitement because we are not trained to. We're rewarded for being realistic. We learn to choose security over aliveness. We confuse familiar with safe. And we think that excitement must be impractical. We don't ignore excitement because it's wrong. We ignore it because it threatens the identity we built to survive. And you gotta let that sit with you. You know what I mean? Excitement is not gonna show up every single day of your life. Excitement is not going to show you the whole future, but it will show you the next step and be the driving force for you to get started. You feel excited when you start speaking. You don't know how it's going to turn out, but you are excited. You feel excited when you're going to move new cities or get a new job or go to a new school because you don't know who you'll meet. You feel excited to create even though you don't know who it's going to be for. You know what I mean? So you don't follow excitement for guarantees. You follow it because it leads to alignment. And clarity comes from moving, not from overthinking. So, another thing I want you to understand is that following excitement does not mean quitting your job tomorrow and hoping that rent is going to pay itself. It just means you're going to follow your excitement in steps. Let it guide your direction and don't make reckless decisions. Just make practical moves while honoring your intuition, honoring that inner signal inside of you. Because excitement is going to show you where your life wants to grow, and responsibility is going to help you build that bridge to get there, okay? Now, you know what happens when you ignore your excitement? You feel resentment, numbness, chronic overthinking, and you envy people for following their own spark and their own excitement. And you're going to start feeling like life is happening to you. Depression often comes from people who are not expressing their excitement. True shit. um, so if you don't want to feel that way, the best thing for you to do is to start following your excitement. So, how can we get ourselves to follow excitement? You need to start asking yourself questions like, what feels good today? What feels easy and light today? What am I curious about right now? What would I do if I didn't need to impress anyone? Just take one small action toward that. And when you do that, you're going to follow the momentum and it's going to build. You know what I mean? So, some examples would be like signing up for a new club or a new activity, watching a video on YouTube that inspires you, um, writing in your journal, researching an idea that you've been wanting to research. You know, you're not just going to change overnight or in one leap. You're going to do it gradually. But you change by consistently saying yes to the things that make you feel alive. So I urge you all to please follow the excitement. Do what is true to your heart, what is true to your spirit and your soul, what lights your heart on fire, what makes you want to wake up early and get your day started, what you are passionate to talk about, what you are like missing sleep over just so that you can get a head start on this. That's what keeps you going. That's what gets the momentum. That's what helps you find your purpose and your passion, you know? So please follow the excitement. I promise you won't regret it.